Hey, welcome friends. Lost Part 3. Don't run away. Do not run away. REO Speedwagon. Take it on the run. You take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. I don't believe it, not for a minute. You're under the gun, so you take it on the run. Okay, that song was probably talking about something a little bit different relationally, but the point is, he was frustrated because when things got tough, she took off. So when we talk about don't run away, I am not talking about when we have a problem, we run from the problem. That's not really what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is when we experience the loss, the disappointment. If you read any self-help book from this year, last decade, doesn't matter. They're all going to kind of say the same thing about dealing with difficulty, dealing with tough things. They're going to talk about persevering, hanging in there, being resilient, learning, switching gears, and overcoming the difficulty in your life to greater success. And so that's what we tend to do. And that's what I tend to do. But that's not what I'm talking about when I say don't run away from the loss, from the disappointment, from the pain, because frankly, that's my go-to. Something happens, experience a failure, hello, human being. So what do? The first thing I try to do usually is I want to figure out, okay, how do I get out of this? How do I change it? Do I need a new goal? Do I need the same goal but a different way to get to the goal? Do I need to refocus, reprocess, on and on? It's kind of like the GPS in our car when it's telling us where to go and we take the wrong turn. What does it immediately do? It recalculates. How do I recalculate to get back? And then we miss it again, and so it recalculates again. And we think of our life like that as when the difficult things happen, when we encounter failures, we've got to recalculate, reprocess, re-strategize, and get back on the road. Because why? That's what winners do. That's what champions do. They overcome the hard things, they learn from it, and they move forward. Now, I am not saying that you shouldn't do that at some point in time. But I propose to you that in doing that, we short circuit something that we're afraid of. And I'll just speak for me. When I experience something painful, a difficulty, a loss, I feel really crappy. I feel there's probably 8 to 10 to 12 main umbrella emotions that experts have quantified, depending on who you talk to, but one of them is sadness. And so under this umbrella sadness, there's forlorn, despair, sorrowful, etc. There's all these, really fun emotions under sadness. And so when I experience something difficult, I'm trying to get away from there. Because honestly, I'm a little bit afraid to sit in it. Because what if I slow down, take a breath? What if I sit in the pain? Or I lay back in the pain? Or I dive into the pain and I let it just flow through me? My whole body feels the sadness and the pain. What if I let that happen? And I don't want to do that because that's not what winners do, right? Winners have to figure out how to move forward and get beyond it. But the problem is when we try to do that too quickly, for one, we're going to screw up again. But more importantly, we're short-circuiting how we really need to feel. There's a passage in 2 Corinthians that reads different ways depending on your experience. In 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3, it says, "All praise to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. He is the source of every mercy and the God who comforts us. He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort others." I prefer to live my life, so I don't really need that comfort. I prefer to just look at that passage. That's neat. God comforts those who need it. Thank Him. I'm not one of them because I've learned from all my mistakes. I've moved on. I'm a success, and I can advise others. What I'm learning to do, and frankly, it just takes courage that I usually don't have, is I'm learning to look at my loss in the mirror, in the face, and not run from it, and to sit in it, and to lay in it, until it starts breaking up things inside of me and shaking up things inside of me that it kind of needs to do. The problem is if someone was looking in, because this happens when I'm alone and when I'm reduced to just sobbing and sorrow and feeling the sadness, someone's going to look in. If they were able to look in, they say, "Man, that dude has got to get his life together." And that's one of the reasons I'm afraid to do it, because I should be beyond that point. But should we really? And when I look at this passage and it said, He's the God of all comfort, maybe that means that I still need some comfort in my life. As old as I am, as experienced as I am, I still really need comfort. And that passage means a lot more to me when I don't run from the pain. I sit there, let myself feel what I need to feel, so that God can give me the comfort that only He can give me. So I encourage you to do the same. And till next time, see ya.